Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my philodendron collection, and even though it's a really small collection at the moment, I am really in love with these plants and just philodendrons in general I'm totally addicted to right now. So I'm going to show you the ones I have so far, and if there are any that you have that you really love, do let me know in the comments, as I would love to add some more to my wish list. I'm going to start with the Filadreon Burkin, and I'm starting with this one not because it's my favourite, this is in no particular order, but this was actually the first philodendron that I ever got. And this was when I was just first getting into plant collecting, and I was seeing a lot of these on YouTube and on social media, and I thought that is a really gorgeous plant, so I bought one for myself. And you can see it's kind of got like a pinstripe white variegation in it, but the thing is with this one is the variegation is not that stable, and something I've found is that the whiter the leaf, the more chance it's just going to turn to mush and go brown. Pretty much every leaf that I've had that's been very white has just turned to mush, but these other leaves are doing good, and it's still a lovely plant. I'm perfectly happy with it. As long as you give it plenty of light, then it does keep those sort of white stripes, but they do tend to fade out as the leaf grows. And this one has grown a fair amount since I got it. I wouldn't say it was my fastest growing philodendron, but certainly it's not top of my list anymore. But I do still love it, and it does still bring me joy. And I am aware that this is true of a lot of variegated plants that have a lot of white in them. Because they don't have the chlorophyll, they cannot photosynthesize, so they do end up dying. So that's one of the things to consider when buying a variegated plant. This one definitely is fine, like I say, with the light variegation, but the whiter the leaf, the more chance of it just dying. But yeah, I still really like this plant, and I'm looking forward to it getting bigger. Next I have this Filadreon Brasil, and I have to say this is probably one of my favourites at the moment. I love the variegation on the leaves on this one. It is so gorgeous, and I've decided I think I might be putting this one on a pole this year. And I think I'll take some cuttings and make a trailing plant. But this is another one of my recent purchases, and I just adore this one. It's really easy to look after as well, and it seems to grow really fast too. So yeah, this is a really good addition to my collection. And as soon as I saw it in the garden centre, I thought, wow, that is so gorgeous. And it really is. The lime green variegation that you get on the leaves just really stands out, and yeah, it's so nice. And we're almost in spring now, so soon this is going to start growing even more for me, which I really look forward to, seeing this one grow into a big plant. And that's one of the good things when you buy a smaller plant, is that you get to watch it grow in your home, and there's a certain joy in that, watching yourself nurture a plant and seeing it respond and just grow for you, and you know you're doing all the right things for it. I think caring for plants is definitely one of the things that I get a lot of joy from. Yeah, it's like therapy, isn't it? And it also teaches you to take better care of yourself, whether you know it or not, and I just think it's a really good practice. Caring for plants, it just really promotes joy and positivity. Next I've got this Philodendron Prince of Orange, and this was another recent purchase, and you can see the newest leaf there has come out nice and shiny and orange, and it also has the red stems as well. And I'm just in love with this plant. I really love it. I hadn't long added it to my wish list when I saw it in the garden centre, and actually it was my husband that found it, and yeah, it's so beautiful. It definitely lives up to expectations, and I'm looking forward to watching this little baby grow this year. I definitely recommend this one if you're looking out for a new philodendron. It's just got those gorgeous different colour leaves. It kind of reminds me of autumn. Next up is this Philodendron Silver Sword, and this was also a recent purchase, and I am just so in love with this plant. It's so beautiful, that gorgeous bluey colour of the leaves. I'm so in love with this one. I might even say it's my favourite philodendron at the moment. It's just the colour of those leaves, that silvery blue, and it's so gorgeous. Let me turn it around for you. This one goes all the way around. It's got, I think, 3 stems in here. And yeah, this is definitely my favourite philodendron at the moment. If I was forced to pick a favourite, it's not nice picking favourites out of your plants, is it? But I think I might have to just say this is my favourite at the moment. I am totally in love with that sheen. And yeah, it's going to need a pole extension at some point soon. So I will sort out a solution there in good time. And this one has definitely proved itself to be really easy care too so far. It's not given me any trouble. It's just hanging out doing its thing. So yeah, I definitely highly recommend this one for sure. And I shall definitely be propagating this one and making loads and loads of them. And the next one is actually too big to get in shot, so I'm going to put it on the table for you and film it like that. But this one I'm actually not sure what type of philodendron this is. I think it might be a Philodendron Imperial green, but I'm not entirely sure. It was just labelled as philodendron at the garden centre, which isn't very helpful, is it? But yeah, if you think it's an Imperial green, or if you think it's something else, let me know. I'd love to know exactly what it is. But for now I'm going with Imperial green because that seems to fit what I've seen online the most. So yeah, here it is, and it's got quite big leaves. It's probably got the biggest leaves of any of the philodendrons I have. And yeah, I think it's an Imperial green. It doesn't have a red stem. It stays pretty green all the way through. And you can see there's a new leaf just coming through there. And I think it is an upright growing philodendron by the looks of it, but I am considering giving it some support because it's starting to sprawl a fair amount. And it would be nice if it was a little tidier. And yeah, I can't really get all of it in shot because it is fairly big. It lives up on a shelf at the moment. But yeah, possibly Philodendron Imperial green. That's my best guess at the moment anyway. But we shall see. This one's been fairly easy care. I have had a few leaves that have gone a little bit yellow at the edges like this. This is the latest one. I removed the last one. I'm not sure whether it's inconsistent watering. Maybe I haven't been as consistent as it would like. So that's my best guess at the moment because there doesn't appear to be anything else wrong with it. It doesn't seem to be too fussy about humidity, so I've been just keeping track of my watering a little more in the hope that that stops, and it has actually stopped yellowing off since I've been a bit more careful, so maybe it's working. The great thing about this one is with those big leaves, it just feels really tropical. And it has a lovely green colour to it. Because even though most of our plants are green, you do get different greens, don't you? And I always appreciate the different tones of green that you can get in these plants. And just to finish off, I'd like to ask if you might consider subscribing if you're into houseplants like me. It really helps my small channel grow, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you next time.